Hello again, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com. Today I'm going to try a repeat of a project which I completed a little while back. It was a canvas panel which I did in a pink, purple, gold and black, and I did a flip cup and moved the panel around, and I got some really nice shapes, some nice cells, some nice mixing of colour, but unfortunately the panel, despite my best efforts, started to kind of bow up on the edges and the paint started to run into the centre. I had to continue to move the panel about while it was drying, and I lost all the great shapes that I'd had when I started. So today I'm not going to allow that to happen, and I'm using a ceramic tile, and there's no way that this baby is going to bend. So no matter how much paint I put on, I think we're good. So I'm just going to try a mini flip cup, and I'm going to use the same colours as before plus my magic ingredient. So I've prepared my tile by putting some gesso on, and then I've gone round and just painted the edges and the corners with the black, because what I find on the tile, the edge is glazed, and of course as the paint kind of goes over the edge it slides right off that glaze, and I get the paint a little bit thin on the top corners. So I've tried to avoid that by putting a gesso first, and then I've put a black base coat so that hopefully I won't get any light colours showing through on those corners. So I'm just going to carry on, stick the colours straight in this cup, and let's go and see what happens. So lots of gold, because you can't go wrong with golds and metallics and things. They're very luxurious. Got this very rich looking purple. Oh, Cat's found his ping pong ball again. I'm going to knock the camera over. Cat, you're a crazy thing. Okay, I think we're safe. If it all comes tumbling down, it's the cat. He's a holy terror. Some bright pink, some black, not too much black, and then a bit of my magic extra ingredient, and this is the fine iridescent glitter, which I've just mixed in with some Floetrol. So the Floetrol will dry clear and create a paint, but I'm hoping that the glitter will mix in with all the other colours and give us a nice effect. That's probably enough of that. You can already see some interesting bits and pieces going on here. And what more do I need? A bit more of my colours. Always better to have too much rather than too little. A bit more of the pink. That one's going a little bit thick. There we go. You noticed how some of your paints seem to thicken up while you're using them? That pink one especially, it can start out just fine, but within a few minutes it starts to thicken up, and it was never quite like it was before. So, a little bit more black, I don't know. My husband says my paintings are always too dark. I like the kind of dark and rich colours, but I'll try and limit the black this time and make my hubby happy. Maybe he'll like this one for a change. So let's zoom in and see what happens. So here's my cup, I'm all ready to go. I'm going to flip. As you can see, this tile's been used in the past, so hopefully it won't jinx it, the fact that I wasn't successful with previous projects. So I've knocked some of that black paint off while I was doing that, so I'm just going to add a little bit more while I wait for my cup to settle. I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing or not by adding a little bit of black paint around. I figure it can't do any harm, and what I don't want is for it to have a dark painting and then a little white edge just here where the gloss comes to an edge on the edge of the tile there. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to leave this for a few minutes just to drip down and do its thing, because it's quite a wide cup, so I'm going to let everything drip down to the bottom and then we'll flip it up. Okay, I left it 3 or 4 minutes, went to check my emails, tried to be patient, and now let's tip it up and see what happens. Got some nice interesting areas going on over here. I don't want to tip too much of that away. Lots of gold in the bottom of my cup. I guess that was the first colour that I added to the cup, so I'm just going to try and tip some of that out. Can never have too much gold. Plus I have a feeling that it'll obviously tip out of these corners anyway, so just add a little bit from the scrapings from my cup into these corners. Okay, wow, now that looks really nice. You can see here, oh goodness, I've put my finger right in it. What's wrong with me? You can see here where I've got this white area again. Remember, that's the Floetrol. It's actually going to dry clear, so although it looks white now, this is an area where we have a concentration of some of the glitters just there. So it looks like I've got enough paint. It's spreading out slowly. Things look pretty level and even, so I don't think I need to adjust anything. I'm going to tip that way just a little bit. Needs to go perhaps a little bit towards that side, but I don't want to do too much right now because all the cells and things are still developing. Wow, so this is exactly like the last one looked, absolutely glorious, and of course then the canvas buckled and it got spoiled. But I'm not going to get any buckling with this one. I've put in an order for some canvases, but they have to come from overseas. I ordered them from Joann's because unfortunately Michael's, although they had better prices, they had a great sale, they wouldn't accept my credit card because they'll only take cards and PayPal accounts that are registered in the US. So I wasn't able to place an order with them despite speaking to customer service and pleading down the telephone. So I've got some canvases on order from Joann's, but they have to be shipped to an agent in the US, and then they go on a container ship, then they come here and have to clear customs in the Cayman Islands. So it generally takes around 6 weeks between the date of ordering for me to get anything, and obviously they hold all of my stuff hostage until I've paid the huge port duties and custom duties and things to get my goods delivered. So let's see, I think, which way am I going to pour? I think I'm going to go off this way first of all, because there's quite a dark area just here, and I really like this pink with the lacing, just the definition there. So I'm going to try and keep this edge and not go too far this way. I know I've got these corners to fill in, but let's go over this way first of all. If I zoom out a little bit, then I won't come out of camera when I'm doing my tilting. I think having that black border is going to help. So I'm going to tilt it very, very slowly because I don't want to mess up this beautiful design that I've got so far. And of course, as you have your cells and then tilt, the cells get a little bit larger because the paint is moving. But at the same time, you know, there's the danger that you might actually tip off the canvas itself. So I want to fill in that corner without losing too much of the sides. Okay, so far so good. And let's go back this way. I'm just going to dab the edge of the paint to encourage it to start flowing a little bit because I don't want to lose too much. Come on. Okay, we're good. Now let's fill in this corner. So I want to try and tip towards this corner, but at the same time not lose too much of this nice pink that I really like. Luckily I've got a lot of paint here because I filled in with the drips from the cup. So hopefully that corner will soon fill. I think that's good. And now I've got this last one. I'm getting my hands a bit mucky, but I think we're good. Slowly, slowly does it. And again, I've got some of those paint drips there, which is going to help me to fill in that edge without having to tilt it too much. Okay, so let's just pop that down. I'm going to go and wash my hands a moment and then we'll see what develops. So everything's looking really good. That was the inside of the bottom of the cup. That still looks beautiful in itself. Don't you sometimes wish you could scoop out those cups and do something with them, because what's left in there at the bottom sometimes absolutely glorious. So let's take a look at the finished tile. There we go. It's the view from my angle. I've got lots of interesting details going on here, and I particularly like the area that we've got the glitter. And this is going to go clear later on, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. It looks as though maybe it's black underneath, but we don't know. But the black with the glitter on the top is going to look really nice. You can see all that glitter there. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out. Also, there's a lot in the pink. And look at these lovely veins in the pink. Really, really nice. And again, lots of sparkle and glitter in there from the gold paints and things. So I think this is another success. This is exactly what I was hoping that original painting would come out like. And it did look like it, of course, before the panel bent. So I think I'm really loving these colours. And I may actually go on now and just do maybe 2 or 3 more and create a series with these colours, because I think it would be nice to have a set. I could use them as some coasters or something, or maybe even give them as a gift. So as usual, I'm going to set this aside to dry, and then I'll come back later on and show you what it looks like when it's finished. So here it is now, all finished and glossed and varnished and looking amazing. And I'm a bit disappointed because I'm looking up at the screen on the video and it doesn't look as nice on the screen as it looks in real life. It looks kind of dark, whereas in real life it's absolutely bursting with colours. If I hold it towards the light a bit more, it's hard for the camera to pick up, but the glitter is just glorious. Put it in front of the camera and show you can maybe see it a bit more details there. This glitter section, just so shimmery and glorious, and the colours are lovely, the gold and the contrast with the black. Definitely one of my favourite projects that I've completed so far. Really, really, really love this one. So thank you very much for watching. See, it's gone dark again now, can't see very well. Much better when I bring it up to the camera, and I think it focuses in on the colour a bit more. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I very much enjoyed making this one, and I'm definitely going to very much enjoy looking at it and looking at all that glitter and the colours and everything too. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give some of my painting tips a try. And there'll be a suggested video for you on the sidebar there, so that you can go and take a look, and also hop on over to the Acrylic Pouring store where you can buy all of your supplies. Thanks for watching.